Okay, today is Wednesday, 2:02 a.m. It's March 19th. It is the year 2025. I used to be an engineer, and many engineers who are near me had lots of fun doing whatever they're doing. For me, it was a big chore. I didn't find working as an engineer too exciting at all. It required me to like look at things and solve problems and look line by line, thousands of lines, comparing things, descrambling a very complex things, and then finding a solution to certain issues. So for a while, if I had fun, I suppose that's probably why many people remain employed as an engineer because they enjoy what they do. For me, I wanted to get out of college as fast as possible, and I thought the easiest way to get out of college was get straight C's and just get it out of there, and then start work and make some money. But unfortunately, towards the end of the school years, C average gets harder and harder to maintain. If I have an A average, the materials and the practice that I have done allows me to have an A later on. But if I have a C, the materials become more complex and complex. It builds upon the materials and it gets harder and harder to maintain a C average. So when I started work, I didn't find work too enjoyable. Then, then after being unemployed, getting divorced, my kids like leaving me, my ex-wife leaving me, my whole family just leaving me, and then I'm living out of my car. And um, fortunately for me, I have people who are within Christ, who accept me for who I am, and I am incredibly thankful. So for them, I am incredibly thankful. Something that even my kids don't even appreciate me about, but they open their arms and welcome me. So I didn't find engineering too enjoyable. Now, 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 when I play chess on my phone, I tap through and I do this and this and this, and now, see, the thing is, when I tell people that I've been playing chess for like 30 years, 35 years, when I tell people that I've been playing chess for 40 years, approximately about 40 years, but the skill set has never increased. It's just like repetitive action of doing things over and over and over again. So there was no growth at all. But I found it enjoyable to move things around and solve problems and get things taken care of. Now I found that enjoyable, but it doesn't pay the bills. Then 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 trading, I heard a lot of these professional traders talk about like they quit and then they came back, right? They quit what they're doing and then finally they came back later on and then pursue it again. And what they tell everybody is, okay, don't quit. Don't quit. Okay? The solution will be there later on. You will see it. Don't quit. That's what they say. So what I found today was quite intriguing. I found something that was intriguing because when something is totally random, like one day to the next, 4 or 5 years could transpire. Okay, it could be gone. Me now being like I'm gonna be 56 years old, and I essentially wasted 5 years of my life to the pursuit of day trading. And so now I traded a couple of trades, and I thought to myself, oh, if I do this, the results come out to be this, and it becomes less random. And I find myself, this can be fun. This can be fun because when I think about it, it's like solving something that not too many people can solve, And then I can do that over and over again on a repeated basis. That makes it fun, it seems to me. So I was never good as an engineer. I worked really hard. Uh, because what I have to do is I have to like collect everything, put it in my head, and I forget about it because the love, my love as an engineer was never there. So I just worked hard. I just worked hard and hard, and I did things. And it's like, I suppose it's like disliking something, but you just have to do it. And so it's like doing something that I just totally did not appreciate at all. And it shows. If I love something, it shows. And so now I'm like, which one is it? Oh, it's that one. Yep. I see it. Yep. That makes sense. Yep. That makes sense. So now I'm like, now I've noticed something. I've noticed something about a couple of things that I used to not be able to see. When a trade drops, it pops back up and then generally pulls back down. Okay? What I used to do was when it drops and it went up, I used to just buy, expecting it's going to go up. But most of the time it just dips like that. That never registered in my mind. I kept doing that for 4 or 5 years. Now that things are just clicking together, now I can see it. Now things are becoming fun. Okay? After see when something is random, it's just like completely mind-bogglingly difficult. But when something starts to make sense, and when I do certain things, there's a feedback that occurs. Okay, when I do this, the market does that. When the market does this, and when I do this, the market does this, and then somehow those things start to match up, and then I get a positive feedback from the market from what I do. There is a positive feedback, and that makes it fun. Then I experiment a little bit, and then I I I look at certain things in a different perspective to understand the market, and understanding the market just makes it fun. So it's like finding creative ways to talk with the market. That makes it fun. So so the moral of the story, it seems to me, is that I was never good as an engineer because I never really appreciated working as an engineer. People just talked about these little things. They memorized these things on sequence of certain things, and if something was incorrect, they would get extremely upset. If a zero was supposed to be there and a one is there, they get out of a billion lines of code, they would get really upset. That's what being an engineer is. You have to have 100% correct all the time. And when that single instance is incorrect, they could get really, really emotionally traumatized of that particular situation. But it's sometimes it takes iterative processes, and things like that occur, like mistakes and correcting things and doing things over and over again at a minimum cost to the company. So I really didn't appreciate it. Now that I'm working in this environment where I know that there is, because I am the boss, okay? I'm the boss of what I do as a day trader. And so there's a certain leeway. And sometimes I have to talk to myself about, hey, look, you shouldn't be doing that. When are you gonna become profitable and things like that. I do talk about that. But now, after about 4 to 5 years, I can see why professional day traders talk about, hey, don't quit. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Light at the end of the tunnel is making that crucial connection between the crucial connection of observing the market, inserting taking what I see and injecting into the market, and then the market does and then provides something with a result. And when those things match on a consistent basis, then that's where the fun begins.